by Den. A Den the New Engine story. One day on the island of Sodor, the twins were enjoying teasing Den because they hate him and they wished that the Fat Controller would scrap him. And with that, they were shunting 3 trucks and they were going so fast that they went, and then they went straight towards Den while he was having a drink. And with that, the trucks crashed into Den and the mess laid everywhere as the trucks fell into the ocean. And the loads were lost. And with that, the water tower crashed into the trucks and into the ocean pit. The ocean drowned the deliveries and the trucks, and they were never seen again. And with that, Den was really cross with the twins as he said this to the twins. Bert and Nert, he said, clean up this mess now, or else you will be grounded for the week, he said. Okay, said the twins, who even cares? And they puffed away. They were very serious. Except Den, he was feeling very annoyed. Night time came, and the 3 engines were still sleeping in their big shed where they truly sleep in at night. And with that, Den couldn't sleep because of the twins were talking. Should you two be sleeping without talking? He said. And with that, the twins were so sad what Den was like with them. Come on, Nert, said Bert. We'll go somewhere else. Yeah, said Nert. And with that, they decided to sleep at the docks to talk, because they didn't mind Torindo just talking after all. Every night they were talking and talking, and still they were a little bit tired. At morning time they were ready, and with that, Den was asleep, so the twins had an idea. And with that, Nert had an idea. Bert shunted Den up Boulder Mountain, and there he was between Boulder and his old home where he once lived in. And now, said Bert, and with that, Boulder fell down and banged Den on the boiler. And with that, Den felt really bad what Boulder did to him. Guys, he said, what did you lot do that for? He said. Remember what you told us about last night, they said. And with that, Den did not like what they were really like with him at all. He was very aggressive with them and very, very annoyed. While the twins were working, he was talking to his very good friend named Victor. Victor liked Den, and Den liked Victor. And with that, Den told Victor what the twins were like with him last night and this morning. It's because I don't want you to know what they really want to do to you again, said Victor. If you have any problems, just tell me and I'll sort it out for the twins, he said. Thank you, Victor, said Den. By the way, said Victor, I must go to work. See ya, Victor, said Den, and Victor puffed away to work. Den had an idea. He was going to leave Sodor and said so. He spoke to the Fat Controller. Sir, he said, I want to leave the island of Sodor. And back to my old railway. No, Den, said the Fat Controller. I cannot afford to lose you, and you will look after the twins for Victor, he said. But sir, I mean it, said Den. I'm leaving the island of Sodor for a while, because I want to go back to my old railway to see my old friends, he said. The Fat Controller sighed. Then I guess Rosie will do your work with Victor. Then I guess Rosie will help Victor do the twins while you are away. She will be very proud to be with Victor and the twins, he said. And the Fat Controller walked away to tell Rosie about Den's last day on Sodor. Den was at the docks. The engines didn't know that he was leaving, so he decided not to mention it to them. Just then there was Proteus at the docks, and Den was waiting for a big ship to arrive just in time. But when Proteus said this to Den, then he said, "Why? How come you're waiting for this big ship to arrive for? Because besides, what are you doing while it's just you and the big ship?" "Well, I'm not so sure," said Den. He didn't want to talk about his leaving, so Proteus said this to Den. "Is there something to do about the twins' teachings?" he said. "No, it isn't," said Den. "I'm leaving Sodor for a while. To see my old friends." Proteus was so sad that he knew he had let himself down, and Den down as well, but he was worried that the twins might be disappointed. Bye-bye, then, said Proteus, and Proteus puffed sadly away. He told the twins about it, but they don't like Den, not anymore. They still don't like him. We're not gonna miss him, they said. "We like Victor and Rosie," they said. When will you? How come you're that so mean to Den? I like Den. He's one of my friends, and you two should know that by now. You're one of my twin friends as well." "Oh, come on, Nert," said Bert. Back to the sheds. We should," said Nert, and the twins puffed away, except Proteus, who was feeling really sad for Den because he's leaving. The big ship took Den away, and with that, Den was gone. But there was one thing left behind the docks. Diesel can see that his old assistant was leaving the Sodor Railway to see his old friends at his old railway, and with that, Diesel can see that his old assistant Den was leaving the Sodor Railway to see his old friends on his old railway, and with that, the boat took Den away, and there he was, back to his old railway. And with that, Diesel was upset because of his old assistant leaving the Sodor Railway. He was feeling very sad. "What have I done?" said Diesel, and with that, he's been having the most bad day ever. And with that, poor Diesel was sad because of his new assistant, and he really does misses him after all.